It might be a little bit early this year, but here we are in night number one for 2022 West Perry Homecoming Week. As we get things started, a very long week here for West Perry Athletics, and we kick things off with girls soccer action right here in Mustang Stadium, taking on the Northern York Polar Bears in a Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup. Hello everyone watching on the West Perry Athletic Party YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Perry Athletics. Here to get things started, night number one of 2022 West Perry Homecoming Week. We have a full week of West Perry Athletic events here at West Perry High School. And we have 5 games on the West Perry Athletic Park YouTube channel. We get things started here. 5 different teams, 5 different games, 5 different opponents. And here we are for West Perry against the Northern Polar Bears. The Mustangs come into this game with a 3-5 overall record. They are 1-3 in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. West Perry, winners of 3 of their last 4 games. They started off the year with an 0-3 record, but they have been red hot heading into 2022 homecoming week. The Polar Bears are coming into this one 5-1 overall with a 3-1 record in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. West Perry is coming off a big win this past Saturday at home against the Susquehanna Blackhawks in a Perry County matchup, as West Perry won 4-1 against Susquehanna. The Polar Bears are coming off their first loss of the year this past Thursday on the road against undefeated Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils. The Blue Devils were victorious 3-1 this past Thursday against previously unbeaten Northern York Polar Bears. The Polar Bears, they started off the year with 5 straight wins, with 5 straight shutouts, outscoring their first 5 opponents by 20-0. Including a 6-0 win against West Perry. This is the second time that West Perry is facing the Polar Bears this season already. We're not even halfway through the girls soccer year so far this year, and already Northern is facing West Perry for the second time. Last time up down at Dillsburg was back on September 3rd, and when the Polar Bears were victorious 6-0 against West Perry. The player of that game and a player to keep an eye on for the Polar Bears is Sydney Waits. She scored 3 goals on 9 shots against West Perry back on September 3rd, and scoring 1 goal each were Allison Bechtel, Sophia Lofici, and Rylan Fisher, each scoring 1 goal apiece. In the District 3 power rankings, the West Perry Mustangs are currently ranked number 9 in Class 2A. The top 10 teams qualify for a District 3 2A playoff. So West Perry right there at the bottom, but hey, they're in line for a playoff spot and still over half a season left to go. The Polar Bears coming into this game ranked number 6 in the Class 3A District 3 power rankings. The top 16 teams qualify for a District 3 3A power playoffs. Currently, the starting lineups for West Perry and Northern are being announced by our power dress announcer today, who is our athletic director, Ryan Anderson. And we'll have those starting lineups coming up here in just a brief moment. And we'll be right back to announce those starting lineups and get things rolling here for Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup, night 1 of 2022 West Perry Homecoming Week. West Perry versus the Northern Polar Bears, right here on the West Perry Athletic Party YouTube channel. We'll be right back to get things started with the starting lineups. We are back here now for the start of this Mid-Penn Colonial Division, night number 1 for 2022 West Prairie High School Homecoming Week. And now we have the starting lineups here for both teams. First for the Northern Polar Bears. At goalkeeper is number 0, Cameron Porter. Number 3 is a forward, Gracie Leroux. Number 5 is a forward, Liv Goretsky. Number 6 is a defender, Cassidy Bruner. Number 12 is a midfielder, Abby Fries. Number 19 is a midfielder, Sydney Waits. Number 21 is a midfielder, Allison Bechtel. Number 23 is Anna Lehman. Number 27 is a defender, Sophia Lodovici. Number 29 is a forward, Rylan Fisher. And number 32 is a defender, Sienna Ondeco. Okay, ready, set to go here for night number 1 of Homecoming Week here at West Prairie High School, and we are off and running. And while this is going on, here's our starting lineup for the West Prairie Mustangs. Number 1 is a senior, Madison Rush. Number 4 is a junior, Madison Barch. Number 6 is a sophomore, Taylor Lupfer. Number 9 is a sophomore, Sydney Sano. Number 10 is a senior goalkeeper, Emily McCurdy. Number 12 is a senior defender, Allison Yoder. Number 14 is a senior defender, Anna Horn. Number 19 is a freshman, Deanna Chubb. Number 25 is a senior midfielder, Molly Scholl. Number 29 is a midfielder, senior Hannah Ron. And number 31 is a junior, Susie Gleason. Those are the starting lineups for the West Prairie Mustangs against the Northern Polar Bears. West Prairie in the green, Northern in the white. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. And here's an opportunity for Madison Rush. Rush looking for a long pass intended for Deanna Chubb, but the goalkeeper, Cameron Porter, is going to hang on to it. This is a high kick here, and in the last game for Northern against the Mustangs back on September 3rd, the Mustangs were down 2-0 at halftime, and then 4 goals were scored for the Polar Bears to get the win against the Mustangs 6-0 in the final back on September 3rd. Already the second meeting between these two teams. West Prairie boys soccer is on the road down at Dillsburg. Mustangs currently undefeated so far with a 6-0 record. And we have a corner kick here for Northern. Can't quite reach out to see the corner, but here it is being played in right down the middle, and it's going to be bounced around and cleared. We'll see West Prairie boys soccer in action on Wednesday for night number 3 in just 48 hours from now right here at Mustang Stadium against the Big Spring Bulldogs. The question is, will the Mustangs be undefeated hanging into that game against Big Spring? We hope to get some scoring updates for West Prairie boys soccer later on in this broadcast down at Dillsburg against the Polar Bears. Goal kick here for the Mustangs. Emily McCurdy is the goalkeeper for West Prairie. She is a senior. Emily McCurdy, big-time goalkeeper threat. Last 2 wins resulted in the shutout for West Prairie. Emily McCurdy had a lot of great saves against Susquehanna. Actually, it wasn't a shutout last time against Susquehanna. It was 4-1. The West Prairie Mustangs, winners of 3 of their last 4 games, hang into this game. They started off the year 0-3. Or excuse me, 0-4. They started off the year 0-4, but then winners of 3 of their last 4 to go 3-5 so far this season. That ball was not touched by McCurdy. Goal kick here for the Mustangs. Looks like it's going to be Anna Horn to kick this ball away for McCurdy. McCurdy doesn't have quite the big boot that most goalkeepers have. But nothing wrong with bring a defender in to kick this ball out. Good pass around here. This is Liv Goretzky, and she gets the ball taken care of. Free kick coming up here for West Prairie. Just getting started here at West Prairie High School. Night number 1 of West Prairie Homecoming Week. We have 5 games this week. 5 different sports, 5 different opponents from tonight through Friday this week on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. We'll have more to talk about that coming up on the West Prairie Athletic Park halftime report in just over 35 minutes. Both these teams currently in line for a playoff position. West Prairie currently ranked number 9 in the District 3 2A power rankings, with the top 10 qualifying for a District 3 2A power playoffs. And the Polar Bears are currently ranked number 6 in the District 3 AAA power rankings. The top 16 teams in AAA qualify for the District 3 playoffs. But still, lots of soccer left to be played this season. Both these teams will be on the road on Wednesday for their next game. West Prairie will be at Big Spring. The Polar Bears will be at Boiling Springs. For Northern, this is their second of four straight road games. They're coming off a tough loss against unbeaten Greencastle Antrim in a key Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup. Greencastle currently in first place in the Colonial Division. Northern coming in at second. West Prairie down towards the bottom of the table in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. But West Prairie has been doing very good in their last 4 games, including their first win in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division, so far the only one. A 3-0 victory, shutout victory at Shippensburg this past Thursday. West Prairie just having a hard time right now maintaining possession. This is Madison Barge. Barge looking to clear that ball out, finds Deanna Chubb, but being defended well by Sophia Lolofici. Deanna Chubb, she is just a freshman this year, ladies and gentlemen, but she has been fantastic so far for the Mustangs so far this season. She had 3 goals so far in this season. And that ball rolled out for a West Prairie throw-in. Throw-in off of Madison Barge. Barge is one of those players that goes all over the field. She does it all. She does midfield. She does forward. She's also a defender several times so far this year. She's just one of those players that can do it all. This is a good looking run for Rachel Diffenbaugh, this is Rylan Fisher. Rylan Fisher scored 1 goal against West Prairie back on September 3rd. And nice ideal cross and poked free by Hannah Ron. That shot gets blocked by Allison Yoder. Allison Yoder's the senior defender for West Prairie. She missed the first few games and her first to start the year. And her first game of the year was actually against the Polar Bears. Throwing here for West Prairie, and that throwing taken away by Fisher. Fisher going off the far side, being defended well by Taylor Lupfer. Lupfer is a sophomore for the Mustangs. And now goal kick. This is our first broadcast on a Monday night this year for West Prairie Athletics. And Gorgeous Monday night here at West Prairie High School, Mustang Stadium. We had a couple of showers earlier today, a couple of downpours even, but the rain has held up. Clear skies here, and current game time temperature is solid at 70 degrees. Expect to get colder throughout the night. No wind either, so just ideal, perfect weather conditions. Courtesy of our friends over at the ABC 27 Weather Center. And Thursday is the first day of fall, the fall equinox on Thursday, which the temperatures for this coming weekend will be in the 70s. Cannot wait for that. Free kick here for the Mustangs in an ideal spot at the 43-yard line. And kick from Barch got to be short and passed back. And yeah, Joe, that ball got past everyone, but the goalkeeper, actually it's not going to matter, as they're saying that Chubb was ruled offsides to begin with. Goal kick or free kick off the offsides. Almost taken by Barch. And now another free kick here for West Perry. Close to midfield. Just 10 minutes into this game, no goals, as you can see on the bottom of your screen. And, oh, this ball gets away, and, oh, that's going to go in! Goal! West Perry Mustangs, the freshman number 19, Deanna Chubb with the goal. And the Mustangs take an early 1-0 lead. Back here underway here, West Perry with a 1-goal lead. Thanks to the freshman number 19, Deanna Chubb. And now the Polar Bears looking to get back. That ball, it was an ideal shot from Deanna Chubb. It went off the goalkeeper, Porter. And Porter could not hang on to it. Went back to Chubb and took a long shot to find the back of the net. Beautiful goal for Deanna Chubb. The West Prairie fans really excited right now. But remember, a 1-goal lead. Definitely not a comfortable lead as the Polar Bears look to get back into it. Remember when we told you West Prairie was off to a good run so far through the last 4 games? Well, they're showing it here. West Prairie's last loss was against Greencastle Antrim, right here at home. Greencastle currently in first place in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. But other than that, West Prairie has been fantastic so far. And West Prairie head coach, I had a talk with West Prairie head coach Tom Smee earlier before this game. And he's all excited. Like, yeah, they faced a couple of really good teams, including the Polar Bears and the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils. But they are currently in the top 10 of District 3 power rankings. If the season ended right now, West Prairie would be in the District 3 playoffs. And the best part about the rest of the West Prairie schedule, they haven't faced any easy teams so far. They start out the year with a 5-1 loss against Millersburg. They faced quite a few other teams, and they have beaten some of those good teams. Susquehanna, for example, this past Saturday, currently ranked number 1 in the Tri-Valley League. Only ahead of Millersburg for a second. And they faced other good teams like Shippensburg. Shippensburg's off to a good team, and West Prairie beat them by 3 goals on their home turf. So yeah, West Prairie, they haven't faced any bad teams so far this season. which really gets West Perry excited for their chances at a playoff spot. West Perry missed the District 3 playoffs a year ago by only 2 spots. But now the pressure is on here this time because remember last year West Perry was in District 3 AAA. Now they are in AA this year because in AAA you got more schools, which means more playoff spots. The top 16 qualify for District 3 AAA. But now you're in 2A and only the top 10 qualify for a District 3 playoff. So the pressure's on here. And they'll face some of those teams that are up in higher classifications, which is going to be fantastic for the Mustangs, especially if they win some of those games against those AAA or Quad A teams, which will really help improve their playoff chances. Maybe even host a playoff game later on, but still, lots of regular season soccer left to be played. West Perry boys soccer off to one of their best starts in program history, currently at 6-0 on the year. 6-0. They're at Dillsburg right now, and we hope to get some scoring updates from Dillsburg for West Perry boys soccer against the Polar Bears. And throwing here, back here in the action now. Getting a little scrambled up a little bit for pregame notes. And we're already just 15 minutes into the first half. And now here's a good opportunity for Liv Goritsky. And that shot gets blocked by Allison Yoder. But it's going to be a corner coming up here for the Polar Bears. Allison Yoder, a senior for West Perry. Currently one of the best defenders in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. She has faced several block shots. Even had to make a couple of saves so far when the ball got past Emily McCurdy. And this is a corner. It's a good one. And it's going to go wide for a West Perry goal kick. Substitution coming in now for the Polar Bears. NFL football season Week 2 concludes tonight with a doubleheader on ESPN. Later on is the Tennessee Titans taking on the Buffalo Bills up at Buffalo. And coming up in just a few minutes, actually, we got ABC, the Philadelphia Eagles, their home opener against the Minnesota Vikings. That game is being played in just a few minutes over on ABC 27. And Joe, nice stoppage here, trying to get that ball away from Sydney Hepner, who just came in for Northern. Over here now to Sydney Waits. Waits again, the midfielder, the player to watch for the Northern Polar Bears. Sydney Waits against West Perry scored a hat trick back on September 3rd, just a couple of weeks ago. Throwing here for Northern. West Perry defense has been red hot in the last 4 games. They gave up 1 goal. Well, I should say the last couple games, not all 4 games, but they only gave up 1 goal against Susquehanna. They had a shutout win against Shippensburg. West Perry Mustangs, as you can see on the bottom of your screen, with a 1-goal lead, thanks to a goal from Deanna Jubb. And now here is Susie Gleason. Susie Gleason is also a good attacker for the Mustangs. And she gets taken away by the Northern defense. The ball taken away, but got past Susie Gleason there. We're going to reset this clock here. We got a couple seconds off. And now substitutions come in for both teams. Number 11, Megan Ressler, coming in for the Polar Bears. Taylor Lufer now back in. And finally Madison Barch. And here's Susie Gleason. And did not keep it in, apparently. Or no. Whoa, a throw in here for the Mustangs. Okay. And Madison Marsh looking for it. And now Northern Hannah Wrong could not hang on to it. Trying to get that ball away from Andrea Black, who just came in for the Polar Bears. Night number 1 here for 2022 West Perry Homecoming Week. We have 5 different games this week, 5 different sports, 5 different opponents. We'll have more to talk about that on the West Perry Athletic Party halftime report. Nice pass around here. This is Sydney Waits. Waits looking for somebody upfield, and she's got to look for a through ball intended for Maddie Dare. And the ball's got to be taken by Emily McCurdy. McCurdy boosts this one out. And, a tough header there. You know, one thing that amazes me as a soccer fan and never an actual soccer player is how some of these players can just hit the ball with their head, especially just like that a second ago, and not get any concussions. I mean, that ball is anything but soft, ladies and gentlemen, and the way that all these players are just able to take it right to the head and keep going. Like, that's something I will never be able to do. Never. Unless if I just lay it on top of my head. And, that ball almost taken away by Sydney Sano. First time mentioning her name in the game. Now halfway through the first half, West Perry's Deanna Jubb with the 1 goal for West Perry. And might be looking for more here, but now is a good time for a West Perry Athletic Department trivia question of the game. And the first trivia question of 2022 Homecoming Week is this. When was the last time West Perry Girls Soccer won a Mid-Penn Conference divisional game at home during Homecoming Week? When was the last time West Perry Girls Soccer won a divisional matchup at home during Homecoming Week? The answer is coming up at halftime. You don't have to look very far for the answer to this question, but hey, you can't look up answers during a test in school, so don't. So you know, have fun with this. Don't look up the answer. I mean, you can, but where's the fun in that? It's pretty much cheating. And now here's Hannah Ron, but that ball taken away from Megan Ressler. Northern trying to get something going to tie this game up, and Sydney Sando able to hang on, and nope, being cleared out. Over here now to Ressler. Ressler going through the defense, and there's a shot, and it's blocked by Allison Yoder. Susie Gleason. Over here now to Sydney Sound. Nice top pass. And Northern able to hang on. Last year for West Perry Girls Soccer during Homecoming Week, they lost 2 home games during Homecoming Week a year ago. One to Camp Hill, the other one to Greencastle Antrim. But here they have a 1-goal lead thanks to a goal from Deanna Chubb. We're going to have a corner now for the Polar Bears on the far side of the stadium. Corner being played in. And it goes past everyone. West Perry needing to clear this ball. And it's getting tapped out. And a throw-in for the Mustangs. Sydney Sano to deliver the throw. And nice pass on the other side here. That was Susie Greason looking for a job. Being taken away by Sienna Ondeco. Westbury looking for a lovely through ball. This is Susie Gleason on the far side. Can't see it from over here, and look at how they corner. Westbury going for a corner. Just over 16 minutes left to go here in the first half. Ron to deliver the corner. Cross, court is low. It goes off Sophia Lodovici. So another corner coming in for Westbury. Gotta try to get out here. There we go. Right in front of the net, and not a bad shot, but it gets cleared out. Wow, Westbury. That was Deanna Chubb right in front of the net, and she could not get the shot off. And throwing here for the Polar Bears. Not a bad crowd here tonight for Westbury against Northern. The Northern junior varsity team had a dominant win against the Westbury Mustangs before this game. Final score was 8-0 in that game. And now Northern looking to give one back. This is Andrea Black. And another corner, this time for the Polar Bears. "25 minutes into the first half, less than 15 minutes left to go here. So far, a really good defensive game for the Mustangs, and oh, that goal is going to go in. A beautiful corner for the Polar Bears. And it's going to be scored by Maddie Dare. Maddie Dare with the game-tying goal with 4:31 left to go. And now we are knotted up here at 1 apiece. Maddie Dare with the goal for the Polar Bears. Maddie Dare, a junior. She did not score a goal against Westbury down at Dillsburg a couple weeks ago, but here she gets the tying goal, and now Northern might be looking to take the lead here. And good dribbling around and a shot, and a great save there for Emily McCurdy. Good shot from Megan Ressler. As the Polar Bears down 1-0 for most of this first half. Now with a second corner here, we're going to make it 2 in a row. Corey Kagas up, played in, and it was headed by Sophia Lodovici, but to the wrong side of the field. Westbury looking for a foul. They will not get it. Instead, they give up a corner. The Polar Bear offense coming alive here in the last few minutes. Third straight corner here in a minute. And that ball almost clear, and that's got to be a shot, and it's got to go. It's got to be a throw in here for the Polar Bears. And now we have another corner here for Northern. Polar Bears, a fourth straight corner in less than 2 minutes. It's a high shot and goes off of Emily McCurdy. McCurdy could not hang on to it. So another corner here for Northern. Number 13, Matty Dare, who just scored that goal for Polar Bears. This guy delivered a corner this time. And a header off of number 20, Rachel Deffenbaugh, who just came in for Northern. And ball kept in here. And a shot deflected. And, oh my goodness, another corner. How many is that? Is that 6? Is that 6 in like 2 minutes? One of the West Prairie Girls Soccer youth teams are here today cheering on the Mustangs. One of the Tuscarora teams. And this ball, trouble in front of the net, and this ball is going to be cleared out by Susie Gleason. So it's not going to be a corner, but it will be a Northern throw. Wrestler, throw, and that ball is deflected, and it's going to be a goal kick, finally, for Emily McCurdy. And a horn to deliver the free kick. Corner kick played in. Or, excuse me, goal kick. Sorry, that ball was taken by Maddie Dare. Dare hanging on to it inside the 20, looking for a pass down the middle for Allison Bechtel. And we've got another corner. What else? 2 substitutions coming in now for the Polar Bears. West Prairie Mustangs having trouble hanging on to the ball and getting it to the other side of midfield. Number 32, Sienna Ondeco comes back in. And number 5, Liv Goretzky back in for the Polar Bears. Corner and line drive shot right to McCurdy. And she hangs on this time. McCurdy looking downfield for Madison Rush. Rush is one of those players, she hasn't made a lot of shots so far this season, but she knows how to run up the field and look for somebody down in front of the net. Pass by Sydney Hepner. First time mentioning her name in the game. As this game has been flying along, but we are tied here at 1 apiece. As a rush with that block. And a horn. And a horn with that stoppage. It clears it out. Looking for Hannah Ron down the 4-yard line. And ball taken away by Black. And a horn again with the cross block. But it's got to be, a goal kick. I guess that ball was last touched by Wrestler. So goal kick here for the Mustangs. This ball taken by Bechtel. 8 minutes left to go here, as you can see on the bottom of your screen. And a long cross goes off the side of the net for a goal kick. West Prairie offense pretty much shut down in the last 10 or so minutes. West Prairie need to get something going. This ball taken by Chubb. Chubb with a high pass. Nobody there, but on the run is Madison Barnes. Susan Gleason almost with the interception. Could have been a crucial takeaway there for the Mustangs. But now 3 substitutions coming in for the Polar Bears. As No substitutions for the Mustangs. The ball taken away by Barch. Barch looking for Yoder. Yoder going to the far sideline and intercepted. Ball intended for Madison Rush. Pretty good defensive start here for the Mustangs. Getting one goal off it for Deanna Chubb. But other than that, West Prairie offense need to get something going here. That pass easily intercepted. Inside the 20 to 15, here comes the Polar Bears. Pass here to Bechtel. Bechtel looking for a through ball intended for Black. And cleared away by the Mustangs. West Prairie continue to push back. A nice stop for Madison Rush, keeping the ball in, but swapped away by Claire Utsi. First time mentioning her name in the game. Or excuse me, no, that interception was by Anna Lehman. Have you ever thought of becoming a PIAA official? You ever thought of becoming a referee for soccer, football, field hockey, cross country, volleyball, basketball, wrestling, baseball, softball, track and field? Now's your opportunity. Go to PIAAD3.org to find out how you can become a PIAA District 3 official. Again, that is PIAAD3.org. High pass is taken by McCurdy here in the final 5 minutes of the first half. One apiece here. One goal for Deanna Chubb and another goal by the Northrum goal scored by Maddie Dare. There's Chubb. And nice interception there for Sydney Sano. Passing around back and forth here. Molly Scholl could not hang on to it. And Sano, high pass. And ball taken by Bechtel. Bechtel has gotten quite a few shots here today in this one. But no goals to her credit so far. Goal kick here for the Mustangs. We encourage everyone to stick around for the West Prairie Athletic Department halftime report. Night number 1 of 2022 West Prairie Homecoming Week. We'll have all the stats and previews for the rest of Homecoming Week. Also talking about big week for West Prairie last week for girls soccer and football. And we'll also have our answer to a West Prairie Athletic Pirate trivia question of the game. All that and more coming up on the West Prairie Athletic Pirate halftime report in just about 3 minutes. We gotta find out who's down the stands for West Prairie girls soccer. While the youth organization teams is here today. Gotta find out who they are. As right now, that youth soccer team on the stands is making some noise for the Mustangs. Two and a half minutes left to go here. Madison Barch with that interception. Being cleared out and not keeping in was Taylor Looper. 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. 1 goal apiece for the West Prairie Mustangs and the Northern Polar Bears. That pass almost taken by Abby Hurd. Abby Hurd just came in the game for the Mustangs a few moments ago. And now back to the far upper side of the field. A long shot goes off the top of the goal post. Long shot by Andrea Black, freshman forward for the Polar Bears. One of just 3 freshmen on the team for the Northern Polar Bears. Andrea Black, Allison Bechtel, and Sydney Hepner. Bechtel was a starter here for the Polar Bears. Northern has 5 seniors on the team this year, including Winnie Haller, Grace LaRue, Rachel Diffenbaugh, Sophia Lodofici, and Rylan Fisher. Final minute here. 40 seconds left to go. Here in the first half, West Prairie might be looking for 1 more goal to get a lead at the halfway point. This ball is taken by Sydney Waits. Waits has been quiet on a goal so far, and now here is Waits. And Austin Yoder clears this ball out. Final 30 seconds left to go. Northern might be having an opportunity coming up here. And Sydney Sano able to clear that ball out. And time is going to run out here on the first half as we have 1 goal apiece. Even Steven here at West Prairie High School. 1 goal apiece. Mustang goal scored by Deanna Chubb. Northern goal by Maddie Dare. And that's where we stand here at halftime. We'll be right back in 2 minutes for the West Prairie Athletic Bar halftime report. You're watching West Prairie Girls Soccer against the Northern Polar Bears exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Bar YouTube channel. We'll be right back in 2 minutes for the halftime report. We are back here now for the West Prairie Athletic Park halftime report. As you can see on the bottom of your screen, even Steven, 1 goal apiece for both teams. As the Mustangs struck first, thanks to a freshman goal from the freshman Deanna Chubb. And Northern getting the equalizer for the Polar Bears as Matty Dare, the junior, make this 1 goal apiece, and that's where we are in halftime. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath right now, and because I just had to figure out who's the youth organization team for the Mustangs, cheering on the Mustangs in like the final 10 minutes of the first half. They are the Tuscarora Tigers. Tuscarora Tigers, the U11 team for West Prairie Girls Soccer, making some noise for girls soccer, and they're in for a good one here, as we could be in for an exciting 40 minutes coming up here at Mustang Stadium. Well, this is night number 1 for 2022 West Prairie Homecoming Week. We have girls soccer tonight, obviously, and tomorrow, our next broadcast here on the West Prairie Athletic Power YouTube channel will be up at West Prairie High School inside for just the second time for broadcasting this season, as we'll have West Prairie Girls Volleyball in action. West Prairie Girls Volleyball currently with 1 win and 4 losses on the year. They will be taking on the Waynesboro Maidens tomorrow night at 6:15 for our next broadcast. The Maidens off to a rough start with a 1-5 overall record, so it should be a very exciting matchup for girls volleyball tomorrow night, starting at 6:15. You can catch that live here on the West Prairie Athletic Power YouTube channel. Then on Wednesday, we're going to have West Prairie Boys Soccer in action here at Mustang Stadium, as West Prairie Boys Soccer will be taking on the Big Spring Bulldogs starting at 7 o'clock. Then on Thursday, we'll have West Prairie Field Hockey. West Prairie Field Hockey, the only game that's a non-conference matchup for all of our West Prairie sports teams this week. As West Prairie Field Hockey, off to a good start so far, they'll be taking on the Mifflin County Huskies on Thursday night at 7:15. Then we cap off West Prairie 2022 Homecoming Week with the annual West Prairie Homecoming football game. The Football Mustangs currently at 4-0. Off to a fantastic start on offense and defense, as they'll be taking on the James Buchanan Rockets on Friday night here at Mustang Stadium for the 2022 homecoming game. The Rockets are currently off to a good start of their own. They're at 3 wins and 1 loss so far to start the year. They suffered their first loss last week against Halifax. So it could be a really good game between West Prairie and James Buchanan. But the way West Prairie has been playing so far, who knows? It could be a really close game, or it could be a landslide for the Mustangs. But anyone can win on Friday night. And you can catch that game live on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. You can catch all those games this week with girls volleyball tomorrow night, our next broadcast after our girls soccer game here tonight. Now's a good time to answer our West Prairie trivia question. When was the last time West Prairie girls soccer won a Mid-Penn Conference divisional game at home during homecoming week? The answer is back in 2016 against Milton Hershey. It was a 1-0 victory when the freshman Cameron Smee at the time got the 1 goal for West Prairie, and it was against Milton Hershey Spartans in the Mid-Penn Capital Division. West Prairie hasn't won a home game on homecoming week ever since. But here they are in a good matchup in the Mid-Penn Crown Division. Game 2 between West Prairie and Northern on the season back on September 3rd. The Polar Bears were victorious 6-0 back on September 3rd against West Prairie down at Dillsburg. And at this point, back on September 3rd, the Polar Bears were up by 2 goals, 2-0. But here's a whole different ball game here for the Mustangs, as we could be in for a very exciting 40 minutes. And we do not have any scoring updates right now for West Prairie boys soccer, currently undefeated at 6-0. They are down at Dillsburg taking on the Polar Bears. We hope to get some scoring updates from them later on in this broadcast. If we don't, we do apologize for that in advance. But right now we are in a good game here. Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup. West Prairie looking for win number 2 in that division. Also looking to go 4-5. The Polar Bears are looking to avoid losing 2-0. Hold on just a second. We actually just got a scoring update for not for the boys soccer game, but we have a correction here for the Northern Polar Bears. It was actually Rachel Devonball, a senior for the Polar Bears. She actually scored that one goal. That is my mistake. I do apologize for that. It was actually Rachel Devonball with the goal for the Polar Bears. So now we got that all stand up, and that's going to wrap up our West Prairie Athletic Park halftime report. We'll be right back in just 40 seconds for the start of the second half. You're watching West Prairie Girls Soccer against the Northern Polar Bears exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a few seconds. So we are back here now very quickly for the start of the second half. One goal apiece. Deanna Chubb scored the one goal for West Prairie, and Rachel Devonball scored the goal for the Polar Bears. We just got that correction up here just a few moments ago. As the Polar Bears will get the ball first to start the second half, right at midfield. Again, we want to thank everyone at home for tuning in on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. Night number 1 for 2022 West Prairie Homecoming Week. I am Alex Wall, the Gold Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. Here for what so far has been a very entertaining girls soccer matchup in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. West Prairie and Northern currently tied at 1 apiece. And this ball is blocked by number 20, Rachel Devonball. Again, Devonball, we just got that update a few moments ago that she was actually the goal scorer for the Northern Polar Bears. Here's Devonball again. Pass it back and clear it out by Anna Lehman. This is Anna Lehman again, and Northern on a good run here. A long shot. That was shot by Liv Goretzky. And a nice easy save there for Emily McCurdy. McCurdy, the senior goalkeeper for West Prairie. She kicked that ball out of bounds on the far side of the stadium from here. Throwing here for the Polar Bears. In the last 15 minutes of the first half, the Polar Bears have been dominant on offense, and we got a long shot here, and it was not deflected, so it's going to be a goal kick here for West Prairie. And a horn to deliver this goal kick. And this ball is almost taken by Madison Rush and cleared out by Allison Yoder. But taken right back by Bechtel, Allison Bechtel from Allison Yoder. And Northern hang on here. This ball taken by Hannah Ron. And a free kick given here to the Mustangs. free kick here for Westbury. Anna Horn to deliver it. And firing up the middle is Sydney Sano. Or excuse me, that was Deanna Chubb. Now here is Deanna Chubb. Northern again dominating on offense as they did to close out the first half. And this ball cleared out. Gotta be wondering what Westbury head coach Tom Smee had to say to his Mustangs during the halftime period. And like Westbury, they need to probably have to start working more on maintaining possession, as Northern just could not give the ball away. Westbury couldn't take the ball away. But here we are, same first 4 minutes through 4 minutes so far in the second half. Polar Bears hang on. And we got a whistle blown here, and this is going to be a free kick for the Mustangs. Next time up for both teams will be on the road on Wednesday, as the Mustangs will be at Big Spring for a 4 o'clock game. And the Polar Bears will be on the road at Boiling Springs on Wednesday for a 7 o'clock matchup. It's nothing really to be concerned about, but Westbury has not have a good possession on offense so far in this second half. As the Polar Bears have been dominant, Westbury able to clear the ball out a few times so far through the first 5 minutes. But Northern hasn't had any shots so far in this half. So that's how good Westbury defense has been so far. Good passing around here for Northern. And this ball has got to be shot by Sydney Waits. Waits, back on September 3rd against the Mustangs, scored all 3 goals in the second half. And there was her first shot. Sydney Waits had 3 goals on 9 shots against the Mustangs back on September 3rd, just a couple of weeks ago. It does feel a little weird here that we have Westbury homecoming week this week. I mean, we're still in September. We still got over half fall sports season left to go. So this is kind of early for Westbury. I have heard earlier, like I just saw my college alma mater, Lock Haven University, just had their homecoming this past weekend. I don't know, maybe it's just a thing for schools to have an early homecoming this year rather than in October. But nonetheless, we are loving every minute of this for Westbury 2022 homecoming week. It all starts tonight for girls soccer. Westbury has 2 games this week here tonight against the Polar Bears. And no, this is going to be trouble here. And a hard shot, that will go in. Liv Goretzky with the goal for the Polar Bears. And Northern now takes a 2-1 lead. That ball not handled well by Anna Horn. And Goretzky was all over it. A straight shot, not a chance for McCurdy. And now here we go, back underway. Northern now with a 2-1 lead. As Westbury with the long ball, that hasn't been working out so well so far. Here's Goretzky again. Goretzky going right past Anna Horn and stepping back. Passing over now to Roland Fisher. Fisher with the long shot, and that goes off the side of the net. Fisher scored 1 goal against Westbury back on September 3rd, and this shot goes off the side of the net. As now West Perry need to get back into this game. They are not out of this game. Not by a long shot. But West Perry has not done well with offensive possession so far. Just 7 minutes into the second half. As the Polar Bears take the lead for the first time. This is going to be a cross. A good idea there. That was a good idea for number 20, Rachel Diffenbaugh, who scored the first goal for Northern to tie the game up. Wouldn't it be something if we could, all West Prairie teams at home this week, to get a win? But right now, West Prairie Girls Soccer need to do something to get back into it. To tie this game up, perhaps. And now corner for Northern. Corner kick about to be delivered. Diffenbaugh scored the one goal off a corner in the first half. And this corner cross is kicked right off the top of the net for a West Prairie goal kick. Have you ever thought becoming a PIAA official? You ever thought becoming a referee for soccer, football, cross country, volleyball, field hockey, basketball, wrestling, baseball, softball, track and field? Now's your opportunity. Go to PIAAD3.org to find out how you can become a PIAA District 3 official. Again, that is PIAAD3.org. West Prairie had a 1-0 lead about halfway through the first half, thanks to a goal from Deanna Chubb. And now a free kick given here to West Prairie, right at the goal line. Here at Mustang Stadium. A gorgeous Monday night here at West Prairie High School. And now West Prairie, Northern, with some numbers up here inside the 10. Allison Yoder cannot get the block, but the shot will go wide. Some scoring updates for NFL Monday Night Football. Doubleheader for Monday Night Football to end the NFL Week 2. The Buffalo Bills, with 58 seconds left to go, have a 17-7 lead against Tennessee. And the Eagles, 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter, have a 7-0 lead against the Minnesota Vikings. Still no scoring updates for the boys soccer game down at Dillsburg against the Polar Bears. We hope to get that later on in this broadcast. Long shot, easily taken by Emily McCurdy. Before the West Prairie throwing from Sydney Center, we're going to have a substitutions here for both teams. For the Polar Bears, Anna Lehman back in. And for West Prairie, Sydney Sano. Or no, she's about to make a throw here. She was still in this game. Here's Susie Gleason, who just came in. She was one of two substitutions for West Prairie. And Molly Shaw is back in for the Mustangs. Here's Anna Horn clearing that ball out, but it's going to be taken by Allison Bechtel. A long shot and taken easily by Emily McCurdy. This first half flying along, or second half flying along here at Mustang Stadium, but the Polar Bears have a 1-goal lead. 1 goal for Liv Goretzky, and 1 goal for Rachel Devenball for the Polar Bears. Deanna Chubb is the 1-goal scorer for the Mustangs. And Susie Gleason, this Northern team has been fantastic so far on possession time here in the second half. And Anna Horn has to clear this ball out. Madison Rush gotta look for Susie Gleason up the middle. And it looks like whenever Susie Gleason has the ball, she might be limping a little bit. She's out there to hang on to her leg, so hopefully that's nothing serious here. And nice idea for a through ball intent for Sydney Hepner, but Hepner was offsides. NFL football season week 3 starts on Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video as the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had a tough loss yesterday against the New England Patriots, will be at Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Browns losing a heartbreaker yesterday to the New York Jets. You can catch that game live on Thursday on Amazon Prime Video to start NFL season week 3. Here's a nice pass here to Goretzky on the far side. She's going to look upfield and passing it back here now to Abby Freeze. And Freeze shots gets blocked. And Susie Gleason. Yeah, I think there's something up with Susie Gleason. She is limping a little bit, but she's still out there on the field. And this ball cleared out. West Prairie can have possession for a little bit, but they do not have it very long. And here's a shot for Goretzky. A nice diving save there for Emily McCurdy, as the Polar Bears are going to have a corner. 2 substitutions coming now for the Northern Polar Bears. That was a nice shot for Goretzky, looking for possibly her second goal of the game. And lovely corner and nice headshot there for Northern's. I think that was Sophia Lodofici, but it goes wide of the net for a West Prairie goal kick. West Prairie has yet to have a shot on goal in this second half, as Northern has just been fantastic on possession. Here is Sydney Sano now. Sano looking to the far side for Deanna Chubb. Or excuse me, that was Molly Shaw actually. Here is Chubb. Back to Shaw. Looking for a long ball to Madison Rush. And Madison Rush still pushing. And this ball is taken away by Susie Gleason. And back to Madison Rush and cleared out by the Polar Bears. That was a good chance for the Mustangs. As West Prairie Sydney Santa or Taylor Looper has to hang on. And we have a throw in here for Northern. The Polar Bears has been fantastic so far in possession. That was the best chance for West Prairie so far in this second half. Almost halfway through the second half here at Mustang Stadium. And now a good run here for the Polar Bears as this is going to be a shot. And off of Emily McCurdy. Could be a mistake and McCurdy hangs on. Nice shot there for Sydney Waits. And went off of McCurdy. Almost costed them a goal for the Polar Bears. That was a good shot for Megan Ressler. West Prairie fans up here in the stands starting to get a little frustrated for West Prairie not being able to hang on to the ball. Hannah Ron. She scored the one goal against Greencastle Antrim last week. And this is going to be a shot. Good shot there for Goretzky. Or excuse me, that was Sydney Waits. And McCurdy kicks this ball out down the sideline. The Tuscarora Tigers are here at Mustang Stadium, cheering on the West Prairie Mustangs. So far through this second half, none of the West Prairie fans here have had something to cheer about. Tomorrow night, 2022 West Prairie Homecoming Week continues. For night number 2, we'll have West Prairie Girls Volleyball in action up at West Prairie High School in the gymnasium against the Waynesboro Maidens. Should be a interesting matchup there for the Mustangs against the Maidens. Both teams with just one win so far this season. McCurdy hang on to this ball and fighting Susie Gleason. Gleason could not hang on. And oh boy, we got an opportunity here for Megan Ressler. Ressler, nice step back. Looking down the middle here. And Austin Yoder clears this ball out. And ball goes over number 23, Anna Lehman. And substitution being made now for Northern. Halfway through the second half, 20 minutes left to go. The Polar Bears hang on to a 2-1 lead. A total different game here for the Mustangs against the Polar Bears. Totally different from the game at Dillsburg back on September 3rd, just a couple of weeks ago. West Prairie will be at Big Spring for their next game. And our next soccer broadcast will be on Wednesday for West Prairie Boys Soccer against the Big Spring Bulldogs. Should be a very exciting matchup there on Wednesday night. West Prairie with their first throw-in on the outside of field here in the second half. So this could be an opportunity here for the Mustangs to finally get a shot on target here if they haven't had any shots so far in this 40-minute period. As the Mustangs ball roll out for a West Prairie throw. Can Northern fans make A lot of Northern fans, in fact, making the trip here. Northern Polar Bears junior varsity team won their game before this one against the Mustangs. Final score was 9-0. Good job here by the Mustangs in the last 3 minutes. The first half all went to the Polar Bears, but now here we are in the second half of the second half. The Mustangs are starting to get something going. Free kick here outside the 45. And lovely through ball, and this is the first time that the goalkeeper for Northern, Cameron Porter, had to hang on to the ball here in the second half. See if West Prairie can keep that momentum going. And now, oh boy, here come the Polar Bears with good numbers up the middle. This is going to be a shot, and that clearance was blocked. It could be a good opportunity for Andrea Black, and that shot just flat out missed for Rachel Deffenbaugh. And Molly Shaw being run into by defenders. Here's Madison Barch. She has been kept quiet here in the second half. And now Northern. And this ball's going to be cleared out, but taken by Emily McCurdy. Northern getting some very good chances here in the last 2 minutes. And through a ball intended for Chubb. Intercepted by Sydney Hebner. Good passing here for the Polar Bears and cleared out by Yoder. Allison Yoder looking to get that ball away. And good passing back and forth. Deanna Chubb almost had an opportunity there. Time running out here on the Mustangs. Westbury had a 1-goal lead to start the game. With a goal from Deanna Chubb, then Northern going back to back here in the last few minutes. Northern got the tying goal from Rachel Deffenbaugh. And then the go-ahead goal early in the second half from Liv Goretzky. Good couple of headers here for the Mustangs. As Northern gets the outcome. Megan Ressler losing possession. Throwing here for the Mustangs. Northern ball being cleared out by Alan Lehman. And all the way down here to Black. Black getting past Westbury defenders. Looking for, I don't know what she was hanging on for as Hannah Wrong with that clearance. We're now to Susie Gleason. Gleason had 2 goals in a 3-0 victory against Shippensburg. And she has been kept shotless so far in this game. And we are going to have a timeout here. Clock is going to stop at 3:39, or 13:39, excuse me. As we have an injury timeout here for Westbury. And getting right back up with Sydney Sano. Excuse me, that was Molly Shaw. So we're going to have a corner here for Northern. Very quick entry timeout. It was actually Anna Horn who's actually got to go to the bench on a full sprint. Waiting here for the corner. Waiting for the signal from the officials. Corner played in, and the entry timeout proves costly here for the for the West Prairie Mustangs. As that is Andrea Black. Black scored a goal for the Polar Bears, as now Northern has a 2-goal lead. Back here underway here after a goal. Andrea Black makes it 3-1 for the Polar Bears. As West Prairie now needing to do something to get back into this game. They might be out of it right now, but they can get back into it. Here's Deanna Chubb now. Deanna Chubb going to the far sideline, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Polar Bears. Three different Polar Bears scoring here in this game. Started with Rachel Devenbaugh, followed by Liv Goretzky, and now Andrea Black with the goal. As now the Tuscarora Tigers are starting to make some noise here. Tuscarora Tigers, the U11 team for West Prairie Girls Soccer. And now we got another shot here, this time for Cassie Brunner. Cassie Brunner, first time mentioning her name in the... Or no, excuse me, that was Liv Goretzky again. Cassie Brunner is a defender for the Polar Bears. As now, we're going to have a new goalkeeper here for the Northern Polar Bears. Cameron Porter. No, it's actually got to be Cameron Porter back on now for the Polar Bears. It was actually Winnie Holler who was just the goalkeeper for the Polar Bears. And now a long shot from Goretzky. Goes way above the net. The Tigers, the Tuscarora Tigers, making some noise for the Mustangs. As you can tell, they're saying, "Let's go Mustangs." You know, that could give the Polar Bears off guard a little bit. And here come the Mustangs. They need to get a goal here to get back into this game. A 2-goal lead is a very good lead here for the Polar Bears. 3 straight unanswered goals for Northern after West Prairie had a 1-goal lead in the first half. Free kick here for West Prairie. Hannah Ron to deliver it from the 21-yard line. Could be a good shot here for West Prairie. Hannah Ron looking right in front of the net. And that ball goes past the goalkeeper, Porter. So we do have a correction to make. The goalkeeper for pretty much the entire second half until now was Winnie Holler, senior goalkeeper. As Cameron Porter, who did start in this game at goalkeeping for Northern, is back in. Porter, a junior for the Polar Bears. And Susie Gleason took a hard block there. It's got to be a West Prairie throw-in. That was Madison Barch. Here's Hannah Ron. Hannah Ron looking to sprint up speed, and back to Ron from Madison Barch. Great defense there by the Polar Bears. That was Andrea Black with the block. And Madison Barch could not hang on. This is taken away by Sydney Waits. And that ball poked free from Sydney Sano. Coming in with just 9 minutes left to go here in the second half. 3 Polar Bears making substitutions now. Again, we want to thank everyone at home for tuning in on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. Here for what has been an entertaining Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup here in night 1 of 2022 West Prairie Homecoming Week. The last time that the Mustangs have won a Mid-Penn Conference divisional game at home during Homecoming Week was back in 2016, where the Mustangs had a 1-goal victory, 1-0, against the Milton Hershey Spartans, or Trojans, excuse me. Always get those two schools mixed up. Milton Hershey, Trojans, Spartans. Back in 2016. That was the last time West Prairie won a home game in the Mid-Penn Conference, same division, during homecoming week. Cameron Smee, who was a freshman at the time, scored the 1 goal. Cameron Smee, from what I'm understanding, is doing great things in college right now. She is a freshman right now at Lycoming College up in Williamsport, doing very great things for Lycoming College. And, tough foul. There really hasn't been any fouls so far in this game. I have a bunch of free kicks, sure, but no yellow cards or red cards for this game so far. That's now the Polar Bears with some good numbers here down the sideline here. And that shot from number 20, Rachel Deffenbaugh, is blocked. And a hard shot. Yeah, Ron took a hard shot to the head of that block. And now we're going to have a quarter coming up here for the Polar Bears. Less than 7 minutes left to go here in the game. West Prairie needing to score 2 to get back into this game. You would think one more goal for the Polar Bears will most likely wrap it up. And this quarter played in, goes by everybody. And here's a hard shot, and is that in? Yes, it is. That will most likely end the game here for the Polar Bears. You gotta see who scored that goal. We see who it is, but we don't see a number. It is number 5, Liv Goretzky again, her second goal of the game. Liv Goretzky now 2 goals on the day. And we are back here now. Northern up by 3. As that might just put away here. And puts a silence to the West Prairie crowd here. The Tuscarora Tigers making all sorts of noise until that goal. As now some of the West Prairie fans are starting to make their way towards the exits here. Knowing that Northern is about to walk away from Mustang Stadium with a season sweep against the Mustangs. But it was a better all-around effort. We encourage everyone at home to Stick around for the West Prairie Athletic Park post-game report. Final stats here for West Prairie against Northern. And take a look at West Prairie Athletic Park player of the game. And what we have coming up next right here on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. You can catch all that coming up in just under 5 minutes on the West Prairie Athletic Park halftime report, or post-game report. And now Northern looking for a lower goal as West Prairie defense is slow, and that will definitely wrap it up for the Polar Bears. Running right through the heart of the defense as it is Sydney Waits. Sydney Waits with her first goal today against West Prairie, as it's now 5-1 for the Polar Bears. And that will definitely wrap it up here. West Prairie's got to drop to 3-6 on the year and 1-4 in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. Northern's got to get the season sweep against West Prairie. West Prairie has never beaten the Northern Polar Bears as Colonial Division rivals. These two teams have faced each other several times as Mid-Penn Capital Division rivals, but now both teams in the Colonial Division. Definitely not the start for West Prairie fans for 2022 homecoming week. These fans did not expect to start here. We actually have to fix our clock here a little bit. We're going to pause it for a few seconds until we actually get it running. Now we're back in time with the actual scoreboard here at Mustang Stadium. Deanna Judd with the block. Deanna Judd, the 1 goal scorer for the Mustangs. She had the 1 goal in the first half to give West Prairie a 1 goal lead. Ever since then, it has been all Northern. 5 straight unanswered goals. Now Northern looking for more. Looking for Sydney Waits. That gets past McCurdy, and that is going to go off the side of the net for a West Prairie goal kick. Sydney Waits looking for her second goal of the game. She scored the hat trick against West Prairie in the last time these two teams met back on September 3rd. But here she is credited with 1 goal. Now opportunity here for number 32, Sienna Ondeco. Haven't mentioned her name too many times in this game. Coming in the final 2 minutes of this one. Again, I encourage everyone to stick around for the West Prairie Athletic Park post-game report. Did not get any scoring updates for West Prairie boys soccer here tonight against the Polar Bears down at Dillsburg. And we'll see boys soccer on Wednesday here at Mustang Stadium against the Big Spring Bulldogs. Substitution coming now for West Prairie. And it's a goal kick here for the Mustangs. Here's Madison Barch. We're here now to Deanna Jubb. 85 seconds left to go here. Free kick here for Northern. Or no, it's a free kick for the Mustangs, in fact. West Prairie just taking their time, knowing that they're going to lose their game here against Northern here. 1 minute left to go here in night 1 of 2022 West Prairie Homecoming Week. And this ball's got to be kept in, almost kept in by Susie Gleason, throwing for the Bears. And, ooh, that looked like a handball from up here. And Deanna Chubb looked to get this ball back, cleared out by Sophia Lodovici. West Prairie wants to gain momentum heading against Big Spring on Wednesday. They might need one more goal. Here in the final 15 seconds, but West Prairie's not going to get it. Here's a cross, taken away by Allison Yoder. 5 seconds left to go, and the Northern Polar Bears come on the road to get a season sweep against the West Prairie Mustangs. 5-1 the final. And we'll be right back in 30 seconds for the West Prairie Athletic Park post-game report. Northern wins at 5-1. You are watching West Prairie Girls Soccer against the Northern Polar Bears on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. We'll be right back in 30 seconds for the post-game report. We are back here now for the West Prairie Athletic Park post-game report. As you can see on the bottom of your screen, the Northern Polar Bears coming on the road here against West Prairie after suffering a tough loss to undefeated Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils this past Thursday. And Northern getting a longer break than West Prairie did in between games. As the Polar Bears scoring 5 goals. 2 goals for Liv Goretzky, and 1 goal apiece for Andrea Black, Sydney Waits, and Rachel Deffenbaugh. The 1 goal scorer for the Mustangs was in the first half from the freshman Deanna Chubb. And our West Prairie Athletic Park player of the game goes to number 5 for the Northern Polar Bears, Liv Goretzky. 2 goals for her today. She didn't score any goals in the game against West Prairie down at Dillsburg back on September 3rd, but she gets 2 goals here today as West Prairie fans saluting her home fans as well as the Northern Polar Bears saluting their fans as well. The Mustangs drop to 3-6 overall. They are now 1-4 in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. For the Northern York Polar Bears, they go to 6-1 on the year, now 4-1 in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. Next time out for both teams, the West Prairie Mustangs will be on the road on Wednesday down in Newville to take on the Big Spring Bulldogs at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. For the Northern York Polar Bears, they go on the road on Wednesday as well to wrap up a 4-game road trip, as the Polar Bears will be at Boiling Springs to take on the Buffers for a 7 o'clock matchup on Wednesday night. Our next broadcast here on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel will be tomorrow night, night number 2 for 2022 West Prairie Homecoming Week, as we'll go up to West Prairie High School Gymnasium for West Prairie Girls Volleyball in what should be a really good game in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division between the West Prairie Girls Volleyball Mustangs and the Waynesboro Maidens. That game will start at 6:15 tomorrow night to continue 2022 West Prairie Homecoming Week. That's going to do it for us here at Mustang Stadium. On behalf of our athletic director Ryan Harrison, who was also our public address announcer tonight, our high school principal Chris Ron, and all of us here at West Prairie High School, I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics, saying so long from West Prairie High School. This has been a presentation of West Prairie Girls Soccer against the Northern York Polar Bears exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. Your final score on this one, Northern York wins it 5-1. We'll see you tomorrow night for West Prairie Girls Volleyball against Waynesboro. Good night, everybody.